Hello, everybody. It's Angela, and we are on week number 7 of 22 weeks of listing lead gen. This is an exciting week because we're talking about rent by owners. We're talking about reaching out to landlords. And what I love about this strategy is you can very precisely, with an easy technique, reach out to landlords when they're faced with a decision of whether or not to release the property or to sell. You have the power to figure out when they're making that decision right at your fingertips. And so the other thing I like about this strategy is there are 2 types of landlords. The first type of landlord is what I call the reluctant landlord. And these are landlords that either are in a position where they had to move and couldn't yet sell their house. Maybe they're waiting for a divorce decree or an estate to settle or something like that. Or they thought they were going to watch HGTV and become an instant millionaire by renting out properties. And then they discovered they really don't like being a landlord. So those are our reluctant landlords. Those are the landlords you're going to get the quick sale out of. But secondly, you have habitual landlords, investors. These are the people who are making multiple transactions, multiple purchases. And if you can become their realtor of choice, then not only are you going to get the sale of this current house, you might get their future business. So lots of opportunities here to be excited about finding rent by owners and offering them value in a way that it's almost impossible for them not to make you their realtor of choice. So let's dig into the how. You can find rent by owners in 2 key ways. The first is going to MyBor. So let me share my screen here. And we're going to take a look at Matrix first. You're going to click leased, so not active, leased, and you're going to go 10 months earlier. So it's February, so we're going to look at April. So I'm just going to go back to, I'm going to go back to April of 2021 and just choose 1 through 30 and click OK. And then I'm going to look at Carmel and a couple of those north side communities. So I've got Clay, Delaware, Fall Creek, Washington, and I'll even go Noblesville. And as we all know, I don't love selling condos. So I'm going to go ahead and take those out. And I've got 53 matches in this area of properties that were leased in April of 2021. So in the next 2 months, both the buyer and the owner are going to have to make a decision. So let's take a look at a couple of these. We'll click into this first one. I'm going to take a quick peek at it. Do I like the house? Is it in a good neighborhood? I know they're getting $1,600 a month. And I'm going to take a quick peek at the tax record. And what I'm looking for is, are these people or are they a corporation? And these are people. So that's exciting. That's who I want. And also the address, the owner address is different from the property address. That's the second thing I'm looking for. Now, I might look down here to take a peek just to see, did they take out a mortgage or anything like that? It doesn't look like they did. It looks like maybe they paid cash for this house. So I know they've got a lot of equity going in, but most importantly, I know that based on the 1-year lease that is very traditional in Indiana, the buyer and the owner have a decision to make. And so now is when I want to reach out to them. I want to be in front of that sales funnel. And I'm going to go back to my tried and true handwritten note. And this is all I'm going to say. Excuse me. Dear Mr. Caldwell, our data analytics suggests your tenant at 123 Main Street may be considering making a housing change. Rising home prices have created a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for investors to lock in profits. With many buyers willing to pay a premium to secure a home, you might be shocked at how much I know I can sell your property for. To get a sneak peek, please visit homevalues.talktotucker.com/angela.rab or call me to schedule a walkthrough so I can give you a true estimate, Angela. I'm going to put my business card in here, and per the usual, I'm handwriting the envelope and my return address, and I'm going to put a stamp on here, not run it through the postage machine so that it looks like something they want to open. Okay, so that's if I know that they have a lease and it's coming up and they've got a decision to make. I might also, if I'm low on buyers, send a card to the actual person living in the home, and it might say something along the lines of, I know you might be making a housing choice soon. I'm excited I love working with first-time home buyers, and I would be so excited to help you. I have a first-time home buyer's guide I'd be happy to send you, or something like that, right? A little easy, a little breezy, just to make that contact if I'm looking for buyers. So you get a little bit of a twofer when you're reaching out to rent by owners, because you can send a card to the home, to the tenants for buying opportunities, and you can send a handwritten note to the seller, the owner, to have the opportunity to list that property if the current tenants are not going to release the property. Now, the other way that you can look for non-occupied owners is to check out Remind. So you're going to go to search, and I just typed in Carmel because that's where I live. And you're going to click this button right here, absentee owner. So I'm going to do absentee in state. I do not want corporate, and I don't want owner occupant. I want absentee in state, because remember, the whole point of this is to get a meeting so that you can do your listing appointment. And if they're out of state, that can be a little bit harder. So I'm going to do absentee in state and apply. And then I'm also going to go ahead and under filters, I want off market. I don't want stuff that's already listed by somebody else. I want those off market. And you can see I've got 1,355 results. So I'm just going to scroll down until I find one. Here's one that I like. And again, what I'm looking for is, what is the mailing address of this house? Because that's where I want to send to the any materials to the owner, is I'm looking for that mailing address. And I'm going to take a look at some of the history here, but I'm not spending too much time on this because these are people that I don't know if they're making a choice right now. I don't know when their lease ends. So although I have 1,355 opportunities, I got to play a little bit of a long game here with a large number, because I don't know that they're at a crossroads right now. So what does that look like? I'm going to go ahead, and as we've been doing, I will put these in my cart. I'll select all, put them in my cart, and then I've got a export list. So we're going to do rental owners here, add the properties to cart. And when I export this list, I want to make sure that I'm getting the owner data, not the property data, because I want to send my stuff to the owner, not to the property. So easy peasy there, you get your list. Now, what am I going to send to these people? Because I've got 1,355. So I can't really do the handwritten note here. I've got to try something else. So I might go ahead and do the free market analysis postcards to these people with maybe just a small little handwritten note right here in the margins. Call me for a free home estimate, or investors are locking in profits like never before. Something a little catchy that I'm going to handwrite on these. But again, this is farming more than it is like right now business, because I don't know that when their lease is up and when they're going to make a decision. So when I'm doing this long game, I've got to have that long-term follow-up plan. I've got to make sure that I'm contacting them, because remember, most people aren't even going to register that you're sending them stuff until you send them 5 things. So what are the 5 things that I'm going to send them? I'm going to be looking and poking around, right? So one, I'm going to send them a note card. Two, I'm going to probably send them a BMA over time, maybe 2 or 3 a week, choose 2 or 5 each week and send them that BMA from buy side. I think another cool tool that you can send them is home services. So if you in the Tucker Toolbox go to the search box and type in home services, you will come to this page. And if you scroll down, there's a great brochure on home services. And this is valuable because these owners, with rentals, they've got to send contractors out there to fix stuff. So this is, again, an opportunity to just get them going with lots of vendors. And I really am going to tap into home services, right? I might even go into home services and figure out what are the people that I really like, and then reach out to that vendor, maybe it's B&W Plumbing, right? And get some of their materials and send it to the homeowner and just say, hey, here's my go-to plumber. I love this plumber. If you need a plumber, I couldn't recommend this plumber enough. Now you can really send that to all 1,355. You can design a postcard quickly in Canva or have marketing help you. But the point here is, with this list that I pulled from Remine, where I don't know what their lease date is, I'm going to start farming them and try to send them something once a month, because it's not until I send them something 5 times that they're even going to register it's me. And really, once I've sent them 8 things is when I start to really get their attention and they know that I'm serious. So once or twice a month, maybe pull a vendor from home services and send it to them. I think that could be a really powerful way to provide value, show that you're an expert, and show that you know how to help investors. So that is week number 7. I hope you are getting great value and you are executing on some of these strategies, and I'll see you next week for week number 8.